So today I'm doing something a little different. I'm doing a Sims 4 build, as you can see. Also, I apologize for the audio. I don't have a good mic at the moment, so this is just gonna have to do. I haven't really been feeling like doing the usual sit down videos, so I thought I'd do this one as well as a few covers, so don't be surprised if you see a few more coming up. But yeah, I'm still learning how to build on Sims 4, so let me know if you have any advice or if you have any, I don't know, advice or things, then let me know. So yeah, here I'm building a tiny home. I usually build on a bigger lot just for the structure and then move it to a more fitting size lot once I am up to doing landscaping. So as you can see, it is a massive lot and a tiny house, but that will soon change. I found this actually kind of hard to do, but mainly because I do really like making smaller houses and trying to fit everything in rather than doing a massive house and trying to furnish it. So here I came into some problems because I didn't like how the stairs were turning out, or in a sec anyway, or it just, stairs are quite frustrating. They just don't go where you want them to go. So yes. Also, I forgot to say, I usually find a picture on Google Images of a house I want to copy or draw inspiration from, whether it be a previous Sims build someone else has used or just a regular house. So I think the one I found inspiration from with this was actually a Sims build, but I only have base game, so a lot of things I couldn't use, so I had to kind of just use what I had. But I'll put that link in the description to the house I drawed inspiration from, so that you can see kind of what I was trying to create. Yeah, so here I'm trying to find a fencing, and they all were really brown, whereas I wanted black, and yeah, I could not find the right colour. Also with wallpaper, I think I did find a black one, but it ended up being tile, and I thought that was a bit weird for the outside of the house, so I ended up just using a grey kind of colour, I think. But here you can see I'm just trying to figure out what works, because yeah, unfortunately, like I said, I only have base game, and so there isn't a whole lot of option for things to use. I have actually bought city living and patio stuff since building this, so if I do more builds and post them, then you'll probably see some more stuff from those packs, not just from base game. But I do love building base game houses so that everyone can use it and download it if you want. I'll leave the link to my account on the gallery so that you can use this house or my other builds if you'd like. I haven't done videos for my other builds, but I do have some in the making, and so I will hopefully post those. But yeah, you can access this house from the gallery if you would like, and like I said, it's all base game, so anyone can use it. So yeah, it usually takes me the longest to do the structure. I find that be actually the easiest part, weirdly enough, although as you can see here, I'm about to do the inside. The structure I find easy, especially if I've got a picture, because I can kind of figure out what to do, whereas on the inside it's kind of harder, especially the layout. And also here I'm trying to use a different kind of table and chair, but I didn't like it. I always use the same furniture and kind of do a modern, very modern interior especially as well as the exterior, but yeah, I was trying to do something a bit more rustic, but I didn't really like it, so I just went back to my modern kind of theme. But I do really like how it turned out. Yeah, fitting everything in was definitely a challenge, especially because it's quite a thin build as well, so it's not necessarily easy to fit everything in, because I always like to have a dining room, a lounge room, obviously a kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, study, and fitting all that in this little rectangular house was a bit difficult, although I have actually had more difficulty with bigger houses than I did with this one. This was actually, weirdly enough, one of the easiest to furnish out of all of my builds I've done so far. So I can't remember what I was doing here. But there we go. I'm trying to figure out a floor plan. Again, like I said, this is probably the most challenging part for me, trying to figure out where everything goes. A lot of my builds end up having really weird floor plans because I just don't know what to do. So that's why also finding houses on like websites where they're selling houses and things like that, so it has the whole floor plan and the outside and back of the house, seeing pictures like that for inspiration is definitely great, because then you can get a bit of help from the floor plan on those pictures. But yeah, of course I didn't have one for this, so I just had to wing it really. So yeah, I was playing around with it a lot to try and figure out what to do. So I think that smaller one was meant to be the bathroom and then the bedroom, but I end up actually changing that soon. Yeah, so I changed the kitchen there just because it was hard to know where to put the fridge and stuff. Always need a plant. Yeah, so that part is starting to come together now, and at first I thought it was a bit pokey and I wasn't sure if the Sims could actually get around that, but I have tested it all out and everything is functional. The Sims can get around everything, so don't need to worry about that. So yeah, that's pretty much the main area, and then I just had to try and figure out how to make a bathroom and bedroom. Oh, a bird just flew into my window, so if you heard a bang, that was that. Yeah, again, I had to utilize a lot of space because, you know, there isn't a lot, so I put that in that little corner there. I think it actually looks really nice and it works really well. At first, again, I thought Sims wouldn't be able to get there. You'll see in a sec when I put the bed in. I wasn't really sure, but it seems to work fine, so I'm really happy about that. And I like adding some clutter so that it looks like it's been lived in. I didn't really do that a lot with the living space, but I think I add a bit more later, but not a whole lot. Sometimes I just like keeping it clean and it's a bit hard to add stuff. Yeah, here I thought you needed a whole block of space to be able to get around it, but it turns out you don't. Half a block is totally fine, so I tested it all and it's great, so I'm very happy about that. Also, scaling down items and up items is definitely great, especially for these kind of small builds, because sometimes, especially the rugs don't really fit in the house. Some of them are actually the size of this house, so I definitely utilize that a lot. yeah, definitely check out some of these cheats or just things to help you build a house, because they're definitely helpful, like sizing up and down. Move objects is great. I still don't know a lot of them because I'm pretty new to Sims 4. I only got it a few months ago, I think, or a month ago, and I haven't played it a whole lot. I've mainly just do builds, so I'm still getting the hang of it and don't really know, especially the kind of angles to build and stuff. As you can see, I have 2 angles that I build from. Yeah, see, overhead kind of thing, and then the other one, I don't know what it's called, but that's pretty much all I know. So let me know if you do know more controls. So yeah, just adding some more clutter in. I didn't really like that apparently. Yeah, sometimes I just put little picture frames and sometimes tissues or things like that, just to make it look a bit more like a home instead of just a room with furniture. Now up here, oh, what am I doing here? I don't really know. Yeah, so now I think I'm about to do the roof, or oh no, here we go. So I'm just moving it to a smaller lot, and as you can see, it fits on the smallest lot, which I think is 15 by 20. So yeah, that's pretty good. So I do find that again pretty hard to find houses that fit on a lot that what am I trying to say? Some houses are massive, and so you have to put them on the largest lot, which kind of gets frustrating because, you know, sometimes you need some diversity or some different size things. So yeah, this one will fit on any lot because it fits on the smallest. So here I am just figuring out a bit more of the outside. In the picture I copied, there was stuff on the roof, just like a little chill area, so I decided to do that as well. Again, the stairs are being annoying. But yeah, I think, like I said, it's all brown. I was hoping for black, but there wasn't a lot of choice as far as black things go, so I just had to go with what I had. And yeah, I'm still landscaping. I think I've definitely improved at it, and I am really happy with the outside look of the outside of my houses, but it still definitely could be better, and I pretty much just clump random plants together and just hope for the best, hope it looks okay. So yeah, I don't really know how to describe a good way of doing that. So here, as you can see, I'm trying to figure out the foundation. I usually just use the block color one. It's just hard figuring out which one. So because this house is pretty small, I decided not to do a proper backyard. I don't know, I find they're not always necessary. I think in big fancy houses, having a pool and an outdoor area is nice, but I didn't really feel the need to do that in this one. Also, because I did it on the smallest lot, there wasn't a lot of space anyway, so I just kind of decided to block that off with some fences. So you can't actually get back there. It's just kind of a feature that looks nice rather than a functional backyard. So here I'm about to do some proper landscaping. Like I said, I usually just pick a few plants, usually it's the same ones, and just kind of clump them around, as you can see, just to hopefully make it look kind of like a garden bed, or just like, I don't really know what it's called, but you know, in fancy gardens they just kind of have some plants clumped together. So yeah. So So yeah, I do use these ones quite a lot, and I think they definitely look good. As you can see, I'm also adding some dirt under it, so it just kind of makes it look a bit more realistic instead of just plants thrown there, just so it looks like they're actually planted and not in the grass. For some reason this bit was being a bit glitchy and weird. I find Sims seems to go a bit slower if I'm trying to film. So I do actually have a lot of the options on low. As you can see, you can't really see through the windows. That's because my graphics is on low, because it kind of makes it a little bit faster instead of glitching like with the highest one. So I apologize for not being able to see through the windows and get the proper effect, but it just kind of works a bit better that way. So I'm just finishing it off here with a little kind of what's the word? Just entertaining area, I guess. So we've got a bar, and because inside it's quite small and it can only fit 2 Sims because it's got a double bed, I thought it would be nice, like if you want to have a party or whatever in Sims, you can have that up here. So yeah, you've got a bar and a barbecue, and you've got a stereo and some seats and things like that. So if you want to invite Sims over, you can. So there's plenty of space there. I think that is nearly done. Oh, I do some landscaping out the front. It's pretty simple. I decided not to go too crazy out the front, because sometimes I do, and I put fountains and I put a whole lot out the front and lights, but I just decided to keep it pretty simple. And yeah, that's pretty much the build after this. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and there will be some photos at the end. I don't really know how to take photos, so they're kind of not the best, but yeah, if you want to download this, go to Kira23X on the gallery and you can check out and download this house, and watch out for some more builds in the future. Thank you for watching. Bye.